Once again, we back at it in the Lion's Den. Today we're gonna have some questions a little bit different than I won't say different, but something that needs to be touched on. I think the first one should be are suckers winning?
Well, when we talk about suckers, first of all we got to look at who are suckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's the definition of a sucker? You know what I mean? We talking about a sucker ass nigga, you know, we talking about a sucker that can play, you know, it's a lot of type of suckers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I think about, you know, suckers in the game as far as the lifestyle, you know, the ism, you know what I mean? I think that the reason why a lot of guys, you know, that would be classified as suckers by a lot of older guys is winning is because of their knowledge of the times. You know what I mean? A lot of young guys are more abreast with what's going on in terms of the internet, in terms of social media, in terms of a lot of things that the older guys are not privy to.
Yeah.
And because of that, a lot of the older guys tend to, or have the propensity to say that these niggas is on some sucker shit. Now these are suckers. But to define a sucker is to define an era. You know what I'm saying? In our era, they would have been complete suckers. We wouldn't even, you know, consider these guys. They wouldn't have been able to throw rice at a Chinese wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even be able to bust a grape in Welch's backyard, you know, if they would have been in our era, in our time when, you know, game was game. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, you had to be a boss and you had to really use your mind to win. You know, nowadays the guy, you know, I do these things, I used to do these things on Instagram where I used to have these guys dancing, and the guys, they be dancing real good, and then I would put up under the caption, I say, this is what suckers do now to get a girl.
Okay.
You know, they do the Michael Jackson, they do the Beat It dance, you know what I'm saying? They do the Prince, you know what I'm saying? They do, you know, Usher, they do Chris Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they be dancing their ass off. And, you know, the girls be, oh, I like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, what we was talking about, you know, when we put that on there, like these dudes is winning now. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, if this is what the women like, is it really sucker shit? I mean, if the women is going for this shit, is it sucker shit? Or is the shit that they like? You see what I'm saying? So if this is what we call suckers, if we want to call these young men suckers, and they're winning, of course, yeah, the suckers is winning, doing what we would call sucker shit. But 10, 20 years from now, when somebody come through and they ride down in an airplane, or they got a drone, and in the drone they got a number, and the drone pull up the drone, hand the girl a number, and the girl take the number, and she said, oh my God, I'm choosing up. What we call them suckers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's about evolving, and it's about the signs of the time, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we can say that these guys are suckers. I think it's just their time and their era. You know, they doing what they do. You know what I mean? These guys that wear designer jeans now, we used to wear Gators. These guys, you know, they driving $200,000-$300,000 cars. We used to drive Cadillacs and Benzes, and we thought we were doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'll say the guy pull up in a Lamborghini and he got two bad white chicks. First thing you say, oh man, look at this sucker. But is he really a sucker, or is he just in his time, in his era? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what we got to ask ourselves. So, you know, if you're looking at the era and what's going on today as opposed to what was going on 30, 40 years ago, of course the suckers will be winning, because what we consider sucker shit 20 years ago is now the norm for these young guys. You know, I see guys, you know, all the time they call themselves P's. They got on skinny jeans, you know, they got mohawks, you know what I'm saying? They wearing the big gold chains, they ain't wearing the diamonds like we used to wear, and the custom jewelry. They wear everything from the middle of the mall. Yeah. You know, but they consider top flight P's now. And that's just how it goes. So, you know, I mean, I guess, is it the suckers, or it's the signs of the times, or because shit didn't evolve to something else that makes the suckers win?
Too cool to come 24/7.